You could take him down as easily as anybody.
I could do it, no problem. Give me the job.
I think you're absolutely right, John. I don't think it's anything to do with football results.
No.
I think he's spoken his mind and told Chansiri what's wrong with the club.
Yeah.
And Chansiri's taken offence and sacked him.
I think you're right.
Ron,
Yeah.
what have you done to your laptop? You sound so much better today, but you don't mind me saying so.
I don't.
And you're looking pretty good as well, Ron.
I think it's the local Wi-Fi.
Local
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Could be.
Always blame it on the wife. Aye.
Good to see you back, Dave Redfern.
Thank you very much.
Yes. How's the dog?
Right, David.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
My two are crashed out at the moment.
How much he is. Better fed than me.
Yeah. Our cat's out snow exploring.
Have you got snow?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Quite a bit. Mm.
I've walked 7 miles in it this morning.
Have you?
How thick is it?
2 or 3 inches.
2 inches.
It's not as thick as somebody who'd walk 7 miles in it.
And a happy new year to you too.
It's because of my wife that I've had to walk 7 miles in it.
Because of your wife? Or was she stranded?
Well, she was working today.
Yeah.
Not confident driving the car, so said she'd walk. So.
And that's between Sheffield United friends, that click thing.
Yeah.
Who needs enemies, eh?
Yeah.
Full of festive
Ripping
Neither of the
spirit.
Sheffield clubs.
You what, Ron, say?
Neither of the Sheffield club needs enemies. They can manage on their own.
Yeah.
According to every team that United play against, we're a good team. You always say, "Oh, they're a really good team."
Yeah.
To play against.
Right. Oh, yeah. To play against. Yeah. Go on from there, because enough is enough. Enough is enough. No budget for any players either.
What's that?
That's nice.
Hello.
I can't name that tune.
Ron,
Ice cream man's early.
You'll never sell any going at that pace.
Mute him, Mr. Mannering. Mute him.
Right. Shall we? We'll get cracking. John?
Yeah, well, I'm talking to Richard the other day and he was excited because he's getting himself a new laptop.
Just ignore them now.
With a Zoom. He's hoping to have Zoom in January. It's June in January. Zoom in January. And may well join us.
Wow,
That's Richard.
that's good.
Yeah. Old John couldn't go to his daughter's for Christmas as he'd hoped, but one of his neighbours brought him a plate at Christmas dinner with dessert on separate plates on Christmas Day. Very nice.
very nice.
Yeah. Brian the Thai had his dinner alone, but his son's called in the morning to talk to him, socially distanced. Horrible, isn't it?
Why have I got this vision, John, of Brian the Thai sat there stark naked but his tie eating his Christmas dinner?
That's your problem, Ian.
The way you tell him.
Problem, yeah. I try not to think about that. Yeah. I think he'd got his socks on.
Oh,
They always have the socks on.
Oh, yeah. Eric still struggling with his wife, Pat, who's suffering at the moment, but they've got a good family around them, so they had a good Christmas day. And Ed had a nice Christmas dinner in his home, but were thoroughly miserable because there were no singing. No singing on a Christmas day, eh? What a waste of Ed's talent.
Terrible.
Any road up, that Sherlock.
Right, I bumped into the other day and he'd had a good Christmas. Vinny.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says him and his wife,
You're not supposed to, Keith. You're supposed to be 2 meters. What were you doing, bumping into him?
Well, yeah.
Did he fall over?
Yes. Him and his wife go for
Did he get a free kick?
every day. Apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I'm trying to ignore it, rest of it. So,
Did he go to VAR?
it went to VAR, yes, and it wasn't handball.
Yeah.
I never touched him.
And he didn't put a knee in his back. Yeah.
No.
And Grealish didn't fall over.
Right.
No, never.
VAR's getting ridiculous now.
Yeah.
Sanitising the game.
It's ridiculous.
I just don't understand that incident at Leeds, the combination of incidents at Leeds that resulted in goal being disallowed.
No.
I'm surprised we've got any games going on at all. I think with this new spike and Manchester City's problems,
Should be playing.
I foresee it being stopped.
I've been campaigning for a stop of the Premier League for several weeks.
Yeah, cancel it.
No one is listening to me, but I am the chairman. If you want to join my club,
Yeah.
Peter, can I join?
Yes.
It should be cancelled.
Yeah.
Stop it where we are, Ian, and positions count. Yeah.
No, it should be
No. It's a null and void. It's a null and void.
Null and void. I mean, the football.
It should all be a null and void.
The football standard. The football is not good in most games.
No.
Injuries.
I'm getting sick of the diving and the cheating and the errors from players and officials and pundits, including me. Yeah, we're all rubbish.
How can you give Jurgen Klopp a yellow card? Honestly, really, I don't know.
He was spouted off a lot, wasn't he?
It wasn't
He was
red.
just having a fit. It could have been COVID for all we knew.
Could it want Warnock?
Oh, yeah.
Strangely enough, I agree with Jurgen Klopp in going mad because a Liverpool player were clearly kicked off his feet.
Yeah.
And referee did nothing. And then a Liverpool player actually didn't commit a foul and he gave a foul against it. It's pathetic.
And it was a patch of the game, not a very good patch, where it was getting a bit meaty, tasty. And that's what was getting on Klopp. I mean, all credits to Sam Allardyce. He knows how to work the system.
No.
He does.
Credit to
No,
Sam
I'm
Allardyce.
sorry.
I don't like the man, Chris. Don't get me wrong.
No
but
credit.
He knows how
No
to
credit.
work the system.
Yes, he does know how to work systems. I do assure you.
Horrible man.
He's a horrible.
Anyway, let's
Don't
move
look
on.
his son.
Let's move on to Lowell's news of the year.
Oh, you
Oh, bloody hell.
He's been
Can
promoted.
you bring some packing up for about 3 weeks, please?
Sorry, Lowell's news of the week.
Well, first of all, did you all get a visit from Santa?
Oh,
Santa.
Oh, Santa.
They're
Who's he
in
play for?
St Henry Clark.
Well, apparently the Sheffield United players didn't get any visit at all from him. He said there was no point.
Oh, yeah. Don't reindeer on my parade.
Self-flagellation.
hang on, let me mute him.
Yes.
Yes.
He's already been neutered.
Well, we'll go on to some mundane sports and then we'll go on to the football, which might stir a bit of conversation. Cycling. Now, Britain's Chris Froome will make his debut for Israel Startup Nation in January in Argentina. The 4 times Tour de France winner joined the team after Ineos Grenadiers didn't renew his contract last July. Froome struggled for his form last season following injury in 2019 and was not picked for this year's tour. This will mark the beginning of a much anticipated new chapter in my career, said the 35-year-old. Every time about FIFA. Now, FIFA has lodged a criminal complaint against former President Sepp Blatter over the finances of a museum in Zurich, Switzerland. The complaint relates to the involvement of Blatter and other former officials in the FIFA Museum project. It is the latest allegation of financial impropriety against Blatter, who resigned from his post as president 5 years ago amid a corruption scandal. The 84-year-old always denied any wrongdoing. I don't know whether you know, that museum's losing millions every year.
Bit
And that
fishy.
money should never... Pardon?
It's a bit fishy. Blattered fish. Carry on.
That's a red card. That is a red card.
Goodbye.
Red herring. A little bit of boxing. Now, Gennady Golovkin of Kazakhstan knocked down Poland's Kamil Szeremeta 4 times en route to a record 21st defence of his IBF World Middleweight title. The 38-year-old dominated the fight to seal a 7th round technical knockout and surpass Bernard Hopkins for the most successful middleweight defences. Now, world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua has made a substantial donation to help fund amateur boxing in Britain, saying that he hopes we have not lost the next generation of fighters. Some clubs have closed, and boxing was not included on a list of sports that received a £300 million bailout in November. 31-year-old Joshua gave a 6-figure sum to the amateur boxing federations of England, Wales and Scotland. Without grassroots boxing, there is no Anthony Joshua, he said. Bit on cricket. Now, England will be allowed to fly to Sri Lanka for next month's tests, despite flights from Britain being suspended because of the new variant of COVID-19. They will fly on a chartered plane and take coronavirus tests before departure and upon arrival on the 3rd of January. They will then spend 10 days in a biosecure bubble before the first game on the 14th of January. Now, a bit of sad news on cricket. Now, former England batsman John Edvidge has died at the age of 83. The left-hander played 77 tests for England, making 12 centuries. A Surrey legend, he made 39,790 first-class runs from 564 matches, including 103 centuries. He's one of only 25 men to compile 100 first-class tons or more. He was diagnosed with leukemia in 2000, but lived long past the 7 years that he was given at that time. He died of natural causes at his home in Scotland on Christmas Eve. Any thoughts about John Edvidge?
Footnote, Lol, if you don't mind.
Go on.
He was trained in 1940 at the RAF College Cranwell and went on to fly during World War II in Coastal Command.
Fantastic.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Go on, Chris. What you going to say?
I think that almost at the same time Robin Jackman passed away.
Next item. Next item.
Oh, sorry, apologies.
But all I remember about Edvidge, him and Boycott partnered England for ages, didn't they? Opening batsman.
Yeah.
Through the 60s.
Yeah.
Was that the time
Bolus
Milburn came in as number 3 about that time? Because those two didn't Boycott and Edvidge usually set up a good 100, 200 runs, and then one or other would go, and then I think Colin Milburn would come in and just thrash the ball around the field. Would that be right, Chris?
Same era. I don't know about.
It's about the right period.
Well, he opened, Milburn opened, and quite often he got a century before lunch, if you remember.
He didn't wait to get his aim.
Yeah, not for England, though.
No, then Keith.
Don't think he did for
Keith,
England.
I got it, Keith.
Keith, don't say it.
All right. Now, another former England player, bowler Robin Jackman, has also died at the age of 75. The Surrey seamer, who took more than 1,400 wickets in his first-class career, played in 4 Test matches and 15 ODIs for England before moving into the commentary box. After retiring from playing for Surrey, he moved to South Africa, where he worked behind the microphone for many years for South African broadcasters SuperSport. Diagnosed with cancer in 2012, he passed away on Christmas Day at his home in Cape Town. Have you any more to say about Robin Jackman, Chris? Or...
Well, I never met the man. I did see him play. He was at the forefront. He was at the centre of a massive storm of politics during the West Indies tour in 80-81, was he not? His connections to South Africa meant one of the governments there would not entertain him in the match, and so England withdrew.
That's correct.
The game was forfeited, and the next game was in Barbados, which was the famous game where I believe Boycott was bowled by Holding, and we've chatted about that during this year. And he was duly picked, and the Barbadians, bless them, they just wanted to see cricket. So there was no problem, and Robin Jackman played in the game. So that's a game I remember vividly because I was there at that match. But it's very sad when someone with a long career does pass away. Obviously it happens, and it's with John Edridge, it's a sad day for the sport.
They must have been teammates with John Edridge at the end of his career and Robin Jackman at the beginning.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Can I just mention, I think we ought to stop mentioning people in the 70s who die.
Depressing. Very depressing.
I thought you were in your 80s, Keith.
Thank you.
Oh, dear me.
A little bit on horse racing. Now, Devon jockey Bryony Frost became the first female jockey to win the King George VI chase when she rode Frodon to victory at Kempton. The 20-1 chance led throughout the 3-mile race to give trainer Paul Nicholls his 12th King George victory. I have had the absolute best time going round there on him, said a delighted Frost after the race. Now, last Sunday's Welsh Grand National meeting at Chepstow was called off because of a waterlogged pitch caused by Storm Bella. It is the 5th time in the last 10 years that this event, which is the biggest race meeting in Wales, has been postponed due to adverse weather conditions. A new date of Saturday, 9th of January, has been rescheduled for the meeting. You'd think that choose a better time of the year, wouldn't you, to hold that meeting?
Yeah, notoriously bad there. Another thing on that Frodon horse, apparently it's quite a flighty horse, very difficult to handle. Did you hear her being interviewed on the radio by any chance?
What, the horse?
No, the Bridie, what's her name? You are a swamp.
Was it Mr. Ed?
Yeah.
But apparently he's a real handful.
That's probably why she controlled it.
Yeah. He wouldn't mess with a woman, would he?
Do any of you have an IQ? Yeah. just
yeah, it's low.
Too high level.
Right,
Go on
to tennis then now.
Yeah.
Now, Britain's Andy Murray has been awarded a wild card for February's delayed Australian Open. It comes 2 years after he played what he feared would be his final match as a professional in Melbourne. Suffering from chronic hip pain, he lost in the first round of the 2019 event to Spain's Roberto Bautista Agut in 5 sets. A film paying tribute to his career was then shown on the big screen in the Melbourne Arena after the match. And 6 times champion Roger Federer will miss the Australian Open for the first time in his career as he recovers from knee surgery. Now, a little bit on wrestling now. Now, American wrestler John Hoover, better known to fans as Brody Lee or Luke Harper, has died aged 41. He competed as Luke Harper for WWE before leaving last year and joining All Elite Wrestling, fighting under the name Brody Lee. He stopped competing in October because of a lung condition, which was not COVID related, and after a hard fight with it, he passed away on Boxing Day. His wife, Amanda Hoover, was also an ex-wrestler who performed under the name of Cindy Sin.
Is that? I'm very sorry, and I'm very sorry about his sad death, but that's not sport law, I don't think.
What I find frustrating about wrestling, Chris, I think, they're so at their best, they're so prime-athletes. They're brilliant. But it's more like acting, it's theatre, isn't it?
Choreographed.
I once went to the arena to see World Wrestling Federation, and I was near the back row, and that's a long way back at the arena, and you could see a miss by a good 2 feet where they supposedly hit somebody, yet they still staggered back. It's dreadful, but they're brilliant athletes.
I remember that, John, when I went
weightlifters.
A couple of mates, and I went to wrestling in the Isle of Man and we were up in the gods, and it's just as you say, you know, when they put the hand on the floor and stamp it, they're about 3 feet away, and when they bend their arm, they bend it with that way. Hurt you. Brilliant. Let's get it. All of them. Brilliant.
Did anybody ever go to the Sun Barracks?
My dad used to go there a lot when I was a kid in the 50s.
Just remember wrestling on Saturday.
Kent Walton.
Kent Walton,
Yeah, Billy Two Rivers at the Sun Barracks.
Sheffield
Quango.
Jackie Pallow. Nick McManus.
Ricky Starr.
Two Rivers.
Happy Thursday, Friday. See you Saturday.
My dear past grandma, I used to watch it with her on Saturday afternoon, and she totally believed everything.
Yeah.
She was up stamping and cheering, and it was fantastic. It was one of my early introductions to fans and adulation. My grandma jumping up and down in the living room because she thought Nick McManus was evil. It was fantastic.
He was a councillor, wasn't he, in one of the London boroughs?
Exactly the same thing, Chris.
Really?
With my great uncle, exactly the same. He used to sit right on top of the telly.
And believed it. And
go by me, waving his walking stick about.
Therefore, I take it back, and it was sport. I'll take it back.
They used to do that when they used to see me refereeing.
Yeah, but you weren't acting, Brian.
I used to do it when I watched you refereeing.
I do it now when I see you on Zoom.
Brilliant. Go on, Lowell.
Yep.
Oh, is Lowell still here?
Yeah, but my grandmother's favourite wrestler was Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Shirley.
Shirley, yes, Shirley.
Shirley Crabtree.
I'd soon have Shirley Abigail.
A little bit about darts.
Your agent, John.
You upset him, Keith. You upset him.
Oh dear.
You must try that again.
Right, a little bit about darts. Now, Scotland's Peter Wright's reign as world champion is over after he was sensationally beaten by German 31st seed Gabriel Clemens in the World Championship at the Alexander Palace in London. Wright, with the red Mohican haircut, missed several doubles as he fell behind in the third round match.
With a what haircut?
Back to 3-3.
Red Mohican.
And take it to a deciding
never been a
set.
Mohican.
I'm surprised he could throw at all after several doubles.
Yeah. It's a Mohawk or a Huron haircut.
Right.
I'll just go back a bit there.
I wish you would.
Can somebody mute Ian?
He's on a roll, leave him.
Wish he was. Now Wright, with the red Mohican haircut, missed several doubles as he fell behind in the third round match, but clawed his way back to 3-3 and take it to a deciding set. Throwing first at 2 legs all in the decider, Clemens missed bull for the match, but went on to take out the double 16 and seal a shock win.
Sit on top, please.
And what's that?
Oh, carry on. Carry on.
A little bit of rugby union. Now Newcastle and Bath have each been given 4 points after their Premiership games on Boxing Day were cancelled due to opposition coronavirus cases. Falcons and Bath were due to host Leicester and London Irish respectively, but players from the visiting teams had to isolate because of the virus. The points, which are equivalent to a win, left Newcastle second in the league and Bath sixth in the league. And Tigers and Irish have been deemed to have lost their respective games, but they have been awarded 2 points each. Is that the norm?
Lol, you stumbled on something there, Lol. That's brilliant. Mate. If Sheffield United and Sheffield were to declare COVID for the next 3 months, middle of the division, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
It might still not be enough points to get them safe.
Well, it'll be more than they're getting now, mate.
that signing of Steve Davis looms ever larger.
Yes. It's just a matter of time.
Just a matter of snookers coming up.
Yep.
Don't worry, we'll win tonight.
Is it Burnley tonight?
We'll win tonight.
Burnley away.
We're away at Burnley.
Yeah. Well, they're in the middle of a streak of bad luck, aren't they, Burnley? So you'll probably finish them off.
We'll put that right.
Yeah.
Is it televised?
Yes.
It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon Prime, isn't it?
It's on Amazon Prime. If you
I'll watch that.
have nothing else to do.
I haven't got it, so I'm round to our polls.
I'll watch it for you.
No, I'm going to go round to my nephew's.
Oh, yeah?
Watch it. He's got it.
It's just too painful to watch.
Isn't that illegal?
What?
Going round to your nephews.
You've
admitted that in public.
We're in a bubble.
It must be a bloody big bubble. Anyway, onwards and upwards.
He's got binoculars looking through window.
This recording was timed 2022, 13th of February.
Go on, Lol.
A little bit on golf. Now, former world #1 Greg Norman is back in hospital after testing positive for coronavirus. The 65-year-old went to hospital on Friday with a mild fever, cough, aches and pains, and a headache. He then returned home to self-isolate pending the result of a COVID-19 test. The positive result meant his recall to hospital. So let's hope he goes all right.
I thought it was just marriage.
I've been round a golf course designed by Greg Norman.
What's the punchline?
I've eaten in one of his restaurants, and the punchline is
they're into punchline. I was just going to the course that he designed had more sand than grass.
Right.
Is it in the Sahara?
Yeah.
No, it's in Miami. There's 2 courses side by side. There's and they're both championship golf courses. It's at some country club or other. And we were once on a cruise, and there was the other virus, no virus, and I had to self-isolate because of it, and the cruise had come to an end, so they took all the ones that had possibly got the virus to this something and country club in Miami, and it was a golf and country club, and the two courses side by side. One of them had been designed by Greg Norman. As I say, it was more sand than it was grass. Very unusual.
The
room that they put me in, by the way, was the room apparently that Tiger Woods uses when he plays there.
Oof.
It was enormous. There was even a TV in the bathroom.
Ooh.
You've got to be careful of those courses in Miami. I was forewarned about this when I went out there. You know, you can almost set your watch by the thunderstorms, the timing of the thunderstorms.
3:30.
We waited. We were living in a condo on one of the tees of a Miami golf course, and we said to our American host, "Let's go out once the storm ends." He said, "Yeah." Of course, yours truly sliced every ball he hit into all water. He said, "Don't go looking for it. If it's the gator doesn't get you, the snakes will."
Yeah,
True.
yeah, that's true. By the way, I didn't play golf going around it. One of the guys, you know, the guys who look after the trolleys.
Oh, right.
No, the guys who, like bellboys, look after the trolleys.
Caddies.
No, not caddies.
Greenkeepers.
No, they look after
Yeah,
the
what
child.
they call
The
them.
stewards.
Anyway, he just said, "Hey, borrow one of them and you can go around." So I drove around both golf courses on this electric cart going around. It was.
I crashed a cart on a Miami golf course. Try doing that. I managed to crash somebody.
Hmm.
Right.
I hesitate to say that I have been in a similar situation to Keith on a course on a cart, but I did overtake someone, which was very bad. And perhaps next year.
And did you have grilled steak at Greg Norman's restaurant? Grilled shark steak.
I did definitely have steak at a restaurant that he has his name on. Yes. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Yes, Big Paul.
Greg Norman used to drive a white Rolls Royce.
Did he?
Yep. Just thought I'd chuck that in.
Yep.
Yeah, well done. Yeah.
Did it make a mess on the fairways?
Some power in that.
I met him at Lindrick, double diamond.
Oh, yeah.
National it was.
Wow.
It works wonders.
Brilliant.
It does. Go on, Lol.
Onto football now, but I want to leave the big story till last. Now, Brentford, they've reached a major semi-final in a cup competition for the first time in their 131-year history when they beat Newcastle last week in the Carabao Cup. For Brentford, this was a fourth victory of a Premier League side during their run to the semi-finals, adding to the wins over Southampton, West Brom and Fulham. In the semi-final, they will play Spurs. In the other semi-final, it's an all-Manchester derby. Now, Diego Maradona's autopsy has revealed that the Argentina legend had no signs of alcohol or narcotics consumption at the time of his death. The 1986 World Cup winner died of a heart attack in November at the age of 60. The autopsy said Maradona had problems with his kidneys, heart and lungs. He had been ordered as part of an investigation into Maradona's death to see if there was any negligence in the welfare he was provided with.
If you believe that, you'll believe it.
Yeah.
That's a shock of withdrawal symptoms.
That's an amazing.
We want VAR on that.
Grimsby Town's manager, Ian Holloway, he's quit amid talks of a potential takeover of the League Two club. The 57-year-old who took charge last December says he leaves with a heavy heart, adding that it's time for a fresh start across the board for this great club.
You're going to taxi to Hillsborough then?
Yeah.
His decision was made after majority shareholder John Fenty told him of his intention to sell the club. How much time have I got left?
He's got shares in the club, hasn't he? All the way.
John Fenty,
About
multi-millionaire.
3 minutes, lol.
Oh, that's okay then.
John Fenty, who is a multi-millionaire, self-made, has kept that club going for at least 15 years, at least that, personally.
Hello.
Yeah, we're down to just over a minute. So do you want to save the big one after we've had a couple?
Well, I've just got 2 or 3 more items on football, then the big story. So leave it till after half time if you like.
Yeah.
We'll have half time now. We're less than a minute. So I'll see you in 5 minutes, chaps.
Okay. Bye-bye.